Right then, Ladies' Day on Thursday at Royal Ascot. And just in case you're wondering, it's royal blue for me on my day, short blue and with a little fascinator on top. Woohoo! First of you boys to run up to me and say, "Are you the ULO gal?" gets £100. Straight up! The boss has put it in a nice little blue envelope for me, so be seeing you there. Now, as is the usual playbook, let's get a couple of the later handicaps out of the way. First up, the Britannia Stakes. Just a bit tricky, these big field handicaps at Ascot, to say the least, but Jamie Spencer knows how to deliver one over this trip, so Laureate Crown it is. Probably time to get the pin and blindfold out, kids, but Clive Cox's pair, Langstone and Blue Courvoisier, are on my list, and Archie Watson's exclusive code might be underrated by the handicapper, with Hugo Palmer's We're Gooses also in with a squeak. Yep, Laureate Crown under a streetwise Jamie Spencer is where I'm going. For the closer, the Buckingham Palace Stakes, why are these Thursday handicaps so damn difficult? Well, laugh you might, but it's no fun here trying to get some returns for you all in these huge fields. But William Knight's Royal Velvet has as good an each-way chance as any, I suppose. And with William Buick booked, and if the fast ground stays on the stand side rail through this hot spell, stall 24 ain't a bad starting point. I do also like the claims of John and Thaddy Gosden's Mud Beer, but at the time of writing, he's third reserve, so not guaranteed a starting slot. But with the temperature taking off in the second half of this week, could well get a run after a few withdrawals. Okay, praying for a winning finish on Ladies' Day, so Royal Velvet is the one. My Thursday nap is in the feature, the Gold Cup. What a race is this, the Gold Cup. Defo the race of the day, probably the race of the week, and likely to score very highly in the race of the year. Why? Well, Trawlerman was astonishingly good in this last year, with William Buick making all from the off, and once inside the final mile, there was no doubt over the winner. A brilliant nap for us all here in the office. But, and it is a big but, although he can go well fresh, normally this would not be John and Thaddy Gosden's plan, so I'm going to have some reservations and go for Rahib, Roger Varian's St. Ledger runner-up from last year. I thought he just ran out of track in that final classic back in September, but looking at him in the Yorkshire Cup last month, this is a bigger and better model in 2026. Aidan O'Brien's Scandinavia has been there and done it all, but to me is more exposed, and it is Rahib that might have more, if seeing out this marathon. Fingers crossed. Caroline.
Oh, Jaysella, how could you? Scandinavia, as you say, has done it all. And yes, Rahib is less exposed and did beat him in the Queen's Vase here last year. But really, I do agree that Trawlerman hasn't had a run in him. And if William Buick tries to run the legs off them again, like last year, well, he could be taking the risk of lack of race fitness. But I'm telling yous, if that's the case, you'll be glad you're on Scandinavia. I wouldn't write off George Scott's Caballo de Mar for a trainer that excels with stayers, but it has to be Scandinavia for me.
Well, my next best is going to be Endorsement in the Hampton Court. I'll be happy to see Endorsement take this on a day where Ryan Moore has plenty of chances, and this could be one of the best. I did really like the appeal of William Haggis's Morshti after bolting up in the Filden at Newmarket, but he didn't truly progress in the Dante at York for me. So with this ground a tad on the quick side for Aidan O'Brien's Italy, I'd put John and Thady Gosden's pair of Oxagon and My Love is King as the clear and present dangers. Yep, another one down to Aidan O'Brien and Ryan Moore with Endorsement for the Hampton Court. It would be great to get off to a winning start on Ladies' Day, and Aix-la-Chapelle is the one to do it in the Chesham. Wayne Lorden left it late it on in his debut under rules at the Curragh, with 3 lengths to find at the 2 furlong pole, but he must have guessed he always had enough underneath to overhaul Bullshark. This Justify colt looks sure to get further over time, considering the sire's US Triple Crown record, but Ascot's got a real stiff finish, so stamina to take the Chesham over 7 furlongs could be needed in such a big field. Ryan Moore didn't score on hot favourite Confucius on Tuesday, where I always thought Great Barrier Reef was the one, but Aix-la-Chapelle has to be one of his best juvenile chances this week. For the King George V Stakes, well, pick one out of this lot, will you? I mean, might as well stick the pin in with your eyes shut. But the replay I keep coming back to is the London Gold Cup handicap at Newbury, where Tierra del Toro was going well through the line over that 10-furlong trip. So this step up to 1.5 miles could be just the ticket. Obviously, I'm not the only one thinking that, with Wathnan Racing snapping him up before Royal Ascot to bolster their team, and no one better than Rafe Beckett to get a decent handicapper prepped, so James Doyle is up top, and this should rate one of his bigger handicap rides this week. Tierra del Toro for me, but there's a strong Irish contingent. So Caroline, your thoughts?
Yes, Jaysella, there are a couple of nice Irish runners here, and both have top jockey bookings in Ryan Moore and Oisin Murphy. First up, Joseph O'Brien's Enceladus won a warm maiden at Cork, showing a good attitude under Declan McDonough, but the informed trainer has enlisted Ryan Moore. So I will be looking for a big run from this See the Stars colt. Oisin Murphy has been given the reins on Johnny Murtaugh's Believed, so that's the way I'm leaning, with the trainer so successful here at the Royal meeting, and finding only Johanna Walsh too good in a fillies maiden at Leopardstown on quicker ground seems to have all the right credentials. Yes, Believed for me under the brilliant Oisin Murphy.
I reckon that Juddmonte has got the Ribblesdale sewn up with Legacy Link and Gilded Prize both lining up for this Group 2. Pros and cons? Well, Legacy Link brings Group 1 form to the table with her fine second in the Oaks, where of course she was no match for Caroline's pick, Thundering On, but that was just short of a couple of weeks ago, so it has to be taken on trust she's fully recovered. Gilded Prize put in a brave run, trying to stay with Composing in the Prix-Son Allery at Longchamp last time out, where the pair were maybe caught out by some typical fast-finishing French tactics to finish in the last two. But given a better paced run, maybe Gilded Prize is the answer under Oisin Murphy. Colin Keane prefers Legacy Link, but I'll chance my arm on the Frankel filly Gilded Prize. Caroline?
OK, Jaysella, but I do reckon that Johanna Walsh is maybe coming in under the radar against some of these, as her win at Leopardstown was just in a fillies maiden, but she's my pick, for sure. Making all in that 10-furlong contest, Dylan Brown McMonagle was easing here down in the final strides, and I'll bet there's plenty more to come now against some really good opposition. One thing, she'll relish this quick ground, and the Joseph O'Brien-Dylan Brown McMonagle partnership is riding high after a classic Oaks victory, so it's Johanna Walsh for me.